Did we turn the cameras on?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I just realized we're get
yeah, we
it
got to
just
start
occurred
over.
to me when wait, start over. Yeah, okay.
You know what is funny though? I did forget to. This is gonna be really awkward. We have a guest on today, and I forgot to ask what your last name was.
Oh, it's Lux.
Lux.
Yeah,
Melissa.
Lux.
Melissa Lux
Yeah.
is our guest today on Behind the Bar episode. Who knows? Whatever.
Yeah, we lost count.
Yeah. But usually I'm like, hey, this is Behind the Bar with so and so. But I forgot to ask your last name. I'm so sorry.
Now you know.
Melissa Lux. Yeah. She is.
Yeah, let's start over.
Yeah.
Behind the Bar. Melissa,
Yeah, we don't edit any of our podcasts out, so this is all natural.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yes.
I knew that already.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Melissa's an avid listener to the podcast. Have you listened to every one of them?
I haven't listened to the last one.
Oh, okay.
But everything else.
Wow.
Which is why I know about all the cow stuff.
There's no fun facts about the cows, Melissa. I'm so sorry.
I'm really disappointed.
Yeah. I came here expecting one thing.
Yeah. Cow jokes.
And now, no.
did.
Yeah.
I
I'm
should have
sorry.
prepped you and just said, hey, do you want to come with some cow facts? So you could have been the one to introduce them.
Oh,
Do you have some cow facts?
I always have cow
Oh
facts.
my gosh.
Wait,
All right,
really?
We'll get to the cow facts.
Okay.
For
yeah,
sure.
we'll get
Fine.
there.
Yeah.
But first off, I want to prep this episode, kind of what we're doing here, and we brought Melissa on so we could break down the most recent midterm elections. That's what we're here to discuss.
Yeah.
Politics today.
Jeez.
all the relevant races in the various states
Yeah.
in which
And all the colors.
in all the colors.
Yeah.
So
we
got-
didn't talk about that
Yeah,
at all.
yeah. I pull out a whole dossier of election results. Like, okay, we're gonna break this down state by state.
Yeah.
You know,
That would be fun to do if we had sock puppets to soften it up a little
that'd
bit.
be cool. Like,
Yeah.
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 I'd be down for.
yeah, totally.
That's
Should have come prepared.
that's such a good idea.
Darn.
Because it's such a topic that's a divisive topic that if you make it a little softer, with some sock puppets.
My dream is to do a true crime show because I'm really sensitive. I can't watch true crime TV, but people really like it, and I want to be able to enjoy and join in with them.
Yeah.
So I thought if I wrote a show where I took a cold case from a long time ago where no one's family is still alive,
Yeah.
but no one's feelings will be hurt,
Yeah.
and made it into a sock puppet musical about true crime.
There you go. There you go. And,
That would be great.
Like the murderer is one sock puppet.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah.
And then so all the creative reenactments don't
Would
use
be-
live actors.
no, it
It's
would be sock
puppets. I love that.
Yeah.
I
That
love
would
that.
be really cool.
That's the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
Yeah.
It is.
That's one of my
Yeah,
questions.
okay.
So I hope.
That's the dream.
Wow, that's
Sorry.
so cool.
Get ahead.
Yeah. Please don't move ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. But we've had the pleasure of knowing you for almost, is it a year and almost 2 years now?
No, it's coming up on a year.
Just a year? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Really?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when you first came in the shop and just instantly hit it off with all of us, and you just kept coming, and it was awesome. I feel like if there's a definition of the third place that we have, that we talked about a couple episodes ago, that I mean, if I'm just jumping the gun, tell me. But I feel like Castle is almost your third place, where I just see you come in and your
absolutely
community.
not.
Yeah, I hate that place.
Yeah. Absolutely not my third place.
Yeah, you just come in and you're just so, just everything about you is just so I don't know, just friendly and inviting, and the customers feel that, and you've created community within our community of people that come in the shop. It's really cool to see.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
You guys have been a critical part of my life for the last year. I've been going through a lot of major changes. I moved to Albuquerque from the East Mountains, and I have friends here, but I didn't have a daily routine, and it has been so good for me to be able to go to a good place with good people.
Cool.
You do that.
You're so
Thanks.
kind.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That-
But I'm not kind. I'm not a nice
You're not
person.
nice.
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm not. It's
I'm really not.
I'm really not.
Just not
but
a
I'm
good-
I'm honest and
Yeah. You're a straight shooter.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you create an atmosphere that makes people feel comfortable and welcome.
Thank you. That is very. I mean, yeah, that's what we set out to do, and it's really cool
That's the
to
goal.
to see it
Yeah.
come to fruition.
You're doing it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. You're
Seriously.
so sweet.
Yeah, but I think it is like kind of cool to watch. I mean, since you've come in and been kind of a fixture at the store, how not only have you formed friendships and bonds with all of us, but just like a whole kind of like array, like constellation of customers who already either were coming into the store prior and or have come afterwards and who didn't know each other, but then now know each other, and then you're kind of like that center like pinwheel and that that what I mean, like
Are you saying I'm the hub?
you're like the hub. That's what I'm thinking. That's the
Whoa.
word I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like the hub. So it's like all these like random actors and people are and then they come in if you're not in there, and then they come in, they talk, so it's really cool. It's neat.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love it. I love how like diverse my daily experiences within the sameness. Because I come in around the same time, like in a window.
Yeah.
But I see different people. I sit with different people all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
That's what we set out to do. Like make that happen in downtown.
Yeah.
And that's neat to actually see it happening.
You might have told us this before, but how did you hear about Castle? Like, how was your first like?
So my therapist is right around the corner from you guys.
Oh, cool.
And so I would come in every week, and I'd be driving, and I saw this woman crossing the street wearing a Castle Coffee t-shirt. And I was like, Castle Coffee? What's that?
What's that? Yeah.
What's that? And I looked y'all up, and I started going every Wednesday, and then I started coming every day.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Wow.
Do you walk or do you drive? Because you're like close-ish to Castle. Does it depend on the weather?
It depends on the weather.
Oh, okay.
When I had Skippy, my pup,
Yeah.
we used to walk, and then his old man legs couldn't do
Right,
the walk. So
right.
then Skip had his own car. He had
Yeah.
a minivan.
That's amazing.
So I would load him into the minivan,
Yeah.
and then we drive. But since he passed, I got a bicycle, and I bike over.
Have you been
every
biking?
day. Yeah.
Wait, you've been biking?
I've been biking. My bike is the one with the unicorn horn.
That's
That's my bike.
That's your bike? Oh, I love that.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times. I'm like, man, who's riding this thing?
It's me.
I should have known.
It's me.
I should have.
Well, now you know. Yeah. It's my bike.
That's funny.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of living downtown is that you can bike anywhere really, right? And walk pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
But that's like why you live downtown really is that live, work, play environment.
Totally.
So, which is really cool. And you work remotely, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what does Melissa do? What is?
Yeah.
What,
That was going to be my question.
was that
Why
what
don't
the
you
spirit
ask
was
it?
going to lead you to ask? Was what she does for a living?
Well, yeah. Yeah, man. Why are you making fun of me?
I don't know, man.
This is trying to be open and vulnerable.
Oh,
right
okay. Sorry, Melissa. What do you?
now. You knock me down.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, but yeah, really, like, I want to hear, like, however long you want to spend talking about it, what you do. And I would love to hear a little bit more of I mean, I know some of your background, which is incredible and cool. It's such a neat story. But I think, like, not a lot of people know that. So it'd be really cool to hear some of that,
Yeah. So currently, I'm a writer, and I work for a production company. I'm technically, they call me a co-writer, but I consider myself a ghostwriter.
Okay.
Because I'm writing a story for them that's based on their outline, like it's their project, and I'm just like helping bring it into the world.
You're just like fleshing it out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like that's my day job. That's what I do. But I started my career as a music teacher. I taught high school band for 12 years. It was a super cool gig. I really loved it. I have like a lot of students who like I'm still really close to, and yeah, it's
Wow.
really great.
I
And
love that.
they're all like, like proper men and women now.
Yeah.
They're older than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just
Whoa,
put it
that's
that
cool.
way. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I started teaching in 98.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was 2 years old. Yep.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy. It's awesome.
Wow.
and then I left teaching. We moved to New Mexico. I became a massage therapist. I did that for a couple of years. Then we moved back to New York, where I couldn't practice massage.
Oh, it's
Whoa.
state-based
Because
licensure.
of the licensing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh.
it was like very New York. New York was like, we want you to give us all your money.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
take
Oh my
all our
gosh.
classes.
We don't accept
Jeez.
anyone else's
Exactly.
accreditation except
Hey,
our own. Yeah.
yeah.
That's frustrating.
Yeah, it was frustrating.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like a real rule follower.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel comfortable practicing without a license. So I started doing script writing. I got into a program at Columbia. I did their summer writing intensive, and then we moved back here. And then I got a second master's in bassoon performance. I don't know, you guys. I just
Okay.
can't keep it together.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just one thing led to another, and I wound out with a master's degree in bassoon performance.
Yeah.
So okay,
Yeah.
so that was post teaching.
That was post teaching. That was just
Because like in my brain, I think I just imagined you like, oh, okay, you were like a music performance student, got your degree in that, and then wound up in music ed.
No, I was
Okay.
a music ed major. I was
Okay.
super passionate about like band conducting specifically.
Okay.
My mentor is like, people aren't really famous for teaching band, but in that community, like he's
Oh, yeah.
like a real big wig.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. And so I was super passionate about that.
Wow.
Yeah, conducting is really fun for me. So like I was really into the education aspect, but I never like practiced my instrument. Which
Okay, so like in high school and college, I mean, were you? I mean, presumably in marching band,
I was in
all of the bands,
all the bands.
so
And
jazz,
orchestra,
concert.
and-
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Dang.
No jazz. I play the bassoon.
Okay.
It's not like
Yeah.
super jazzy.
Okay.
I wish it was.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, it
bassoon
could
is
be
more
like, yeah,
It's
That's funny. That's great. Okay. So then, so that was your primary instrument growing up, ish,
Yeah.
sort of. Was bassoon. It wasn't like when you got into the performance program.
No.
You were like, I'm a woodwind player, but I'm gonna like focus in bassoon. Like bassoon was your thing.
No, I started as a clarinetist
Okay.
when I was a little kid.
Yep.
And then I got into middle school, and middle school kids are like so cruel.
Yeah, no, they're mean little bastards.
And I just
yeah.
wanted to like disappear. Like I didn't want to be around anybody, so I was like, I'm quitting band. And the band director called my mom and was like, we don't want her to quit, but she could play the bassoon. And my mom was like, the bassoon? Yes. It turns out I have an uncle who was a professional bassoonist.
What?
No.
Yeah, he played for the Dallas Symphony in Minneapolis.
That's so
Oh my gosh!
Just bassoon
Yeah.
runs in your
It
blood.
runs
Yeah,
in my
man.
blood.
Yeah, you have a bassoon in there
Yeah.
somewhere in your body. Yeah.
It's the Russian Jewish.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
It's
Okay. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, it's the old country.
Yeah, it is. It's very bassoony.
Totally.
yeah, like
totally.
as a kid, you're like whittling wood, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, why did this turn into a bassoon?
Exactly.
Yeah. Has that ever happened?
Yeah, has
You
that
guys?
ever happened to you?
Yeah,
I
you
mean-
start whittling wood and you
You know,
have
and
like
then-
an extremely complex instrument wind up in your hand.
I wasn't allowed to play with knives as a kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I would have maybe made something out of cardboard.
Oh, okay.
Constructed it
Totally.
carefully.
Oh.
Yeah.
A lot of scotch tape. Okay, so wait, you were made fun of for playing the clarinet?
I was made fun of for just being alive,
Okay,
basically.
okay.
Being a kid is so
Yeah,
hard.
It's hard.
It can be really rough.
And I
Yeah,
was like a weirdo, you know?
totally.
That's not
yeah.
like a disparaging thing.
No.
Like,
No.
I was a weird kid. Like I would do stuff like all the girls like would carry like a purse, and I would be like, all right, I guess I should carry a purse, but like in my purse I would have like a mechanical hand. Like all my
A
GI
bionicle
Joes.
hand. Yeah.
Like,
It's like,
so awesome.
like
Yeah.
yeah. What's this? Yeah. Like a severed,
Gotcha. Yeah.
severed robot hand.
I was a weirdo.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
No, I love it. No, I think that's
We would have been
that's
friends
great.
for sure.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, as a fellow weirdo, I understand.
Yeah.
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 But anyway, okay, so you were just
I
made
was just
fun of for being
looking-
alive.
Right. And I was just
In-
looking to just like, I just wanted to come to school, not talk to anybody, and go home.
Mm-hmm.
And like, band is such a, like, it can be a free for all.
Totally.
So many kids.
Yep.
There's one teacher. Like if they're not really like. That was one of the things that when I was teaching, I was like, I'm the nerd avenger. Like, I'm going to make sure that my classroom is a safe space for all kids. And, like, if I saw someone being bullied, like, it just wasn't, I wasn't going to, like, let it happen.
Yep.
And so I was, like, keeping a watchful eye. But, like, I also went to school in the 80s. Like, I was in middle school in the 80s. Like, teachers were not, it was a different ethic, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. No. If Stranger Things has taught us anything, you know what I mean? Like, it was a different time.
Yeah. It was that.
Yeah, totally. But no, but I can imagine. I mean, it's kind of before. I mean, that was way before. I mean, I feel like even when I was in school, like the kind of broader movement of anti-bullying and all that stuff was. I mean, it was. Yeah, being mean to other kids was kind of just like a fixture of school life. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And it's like, and there are like pros and cons to that, right? I mean, but a lot of them are cons, especially if you know what I mean, like without the awareness there and the support and stuff. But yeah, kids can totally be dicks to each other for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then what happened with Bassoon though?
Yeah.
So you got a call.
I was forced to play it.
Okay.
But what I wound up liking about it is like the bassoon is really weird.
I'm actually looking at bassoon right now because I don't know what it looks like.
This is the coolest looking thing.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You played that thing?
Yeah.
That's so sick.
It's a super cool instrument. It's very niche. Like nobody plays
Yeah.
it.
That's so cool.
And nobody taught me how to play it. Like the band director gave me the bassoon.
He's like,
Yeah.
here you go.
Put me literally in a closet and
Figure it
was
out.
like, figure it out.
Yeah, don't come out till you know how to play this.
And
Yeah.
I came out of the bassoon closet.
Yeah.
Like 4 months later, and then I was allowed to be in band again.
Wow.
But I had like my weird.
Wow.
God, if you like tripped, you would like kill yourself.
That's
like
why
you would
that's
spear
why,
yourself.
Yeah, that's why it's not a marching band.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes a lot of
It's not a
sense.
marching
Oh
instrument.
yeah, it would go right through the jugular.
Yeah, you would die.
So that part
Oh my
that comes
gosh.
out is
Yeah.
it's called the bocal. It's metal. It's sharp. Like it would go.
Wow.
And they also cost a lot.
The
I remember
bassoons?
They're so
pricey.
expensive.
And
Crazy.
you can get like, excuse me. I mean, sorry, but I worked in music for years and stuff, and we would, outfit and do repairs for pretty much the whole city and like every band, department, orchestra, whatever. And we did a lot of work for even like U of A and stuff. But I remember, you could buy like kind of like cheapo vocals that were still like pretty pricey. But if you wanted to get like an actual good manufacturer, like brand. I mean, these things were like hundreds of dollars.
Oh,
and
just
it's for
the
like
vocal.
a skinny, you know what I mean?
Jeez.
But it's such a vital piece of the instrument.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know what I mean? But yeah, they would come in like wrapped in like a box. You know what I mean? It was like opening like, I don't know, like a fine wine, like layers of like tissue paper surrounding this thing. It was just like, it's
Jeez.
wild. But anyway, yeah.
And like, so the bocal itself is like, could be like a cheap one is $200.
Right.
And like the bassoon, you don't
Right.
want to know.
Totally.
Yeah.
You could there's a bassoon called the Heckle. If you get a new Heckle, it's like between $40,000 and $60,000.
Yep.
They send you like, I don't know what it is, but like a molding material that you like put your hands into and they like fit it to the key structure to your hand. Yeah, it's really
That's
intense.
insane.
I
You're
don't
like-
have one of those.
Yeah. You're like a heckle or a new car.
Yeah, totally. Oh,
I
totally.
don't have one of those.
No, but do you have a bassoon
I
like
do
in
have
your
a
house
bassoon.
or your apartment
Yeah.
thing? That's cool.
What kind of bassoon is it? Like manufacturer?
I play a Fox.
You play a Fox?
A
Cool.
Renard 220.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we sold was Foxes. We didn't have access to Heckle stuff. You know what I mean? Because
God,
like,
no.
yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
make sense.
No,
and a
I
Heckle
mean, it's-
is like passed down. Like my teacher plays on a Heckle that's like from I think hers is a 1940, and like they age like fine. Like
Oh, totally.
That's
Yeah, they're like a Stradivarius or something like that. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? They just like accrue value as they get older, as opposed to like losing it as they get older.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
and the
yeah.
wood warms up and like
Totally.
it's really
That's
it's really
amazing.
fascinating.
Yeah. What's this is a totally off subject thing, but like I don't know a ton about music. Matt is the guy
But
that
I
knows a lot
thought
about that.
you were the best singer in your choir.
Yeah, no, you are.
That was
Yeah,
a
Josh.
joke. I told Maya. And it wasn't a choir. It
Josh,
was
you
my
are.
What, Matthew?
You are. You got such a pretty voice.
No. I told Maya and Alex as a joke that my fourth grade music teacher said I had the best voice she's ever heard. Was that true? Not at all.
Oh,
I
wasn't true?
No, it wasn't true. I told
thought
you guys it
was
wasn't true.
No,
I was
you
like,
never
that's a joke.
follow that up with "this isn't true."
I 100% thought it was
Yeah, I
true.
Really?
literally thought
That's
this
so
whole time
funny.
I thought it was
This
true.
whole
No.
time I've been like, oh, Josh should really be singing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
no. What's he
isn't
doing here?
What are you doing in a coffee shop?
Yeah, he should be on The Voice.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe bring the bassoon, and then Matt will play the piano, and then I'll sing.
I'll
You know
play.
what I mean?
Yeah, I'll play bagpipes. You play bassoon.
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
sing.
Oh yeah, bagpipes.
Somehow
I
that
forgot.
works.
Matt
Yeah.
plays everything: bagpipes,
No,
piano. He's beautiful.
I don't play everything.
But what I was
Play, like,
trying to
two
say before you interrupted me, Matthew. Just kidding.
I think I interrupted
Yeah,
you.
but I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
want to point you out.
You can call me out.
Be like, Melissa, before you interrupted me.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. We're talking about like the old instruments that kind of like get older and gain value. My limited knowledge of music, but isn't there some sort of like violin that is in like a museum that has to be played very often so that it doesn't go what?
So this is
That's
this is
the
a Strad.
Stradivarius.
Oh, that's the Stradivarius. Oh,
So
okay.
he was a violin luthier maker in the 1700s.
Oh, okay.
And Italian. There's another like kind of coveted but not as coveted the Guarnieri violins, also Italian, also from that basic same like time period. And these violins are just sort of reputed to be, like the best thing this side of like the eschaton. I mean, these things are they're beautiful, and basically most modern day violins are modeled and or patterned off of these two main like violin brands.
Jeez.
But these are like the original ones, and kind of what Melissa was talking about with regard to bassoon. These things, they age like fine wine. And so often, more often than not, these things are held in some kind of trust, and they are commissioned or given out to particular violinists for like a time. And so they often, you won't see like a violinist like, hey, this is like my Strad that I own.
Right.
It's like, hey, when you die or whatever, you know what I mean? Like this, give this back sort of thing. But I remember like, probably 10 years ago, one was sold for over 10 million, I think. So these things, and there's different Strads, right? So like, Stradivarius made a bunch of violins, and then some of them have just sort of been preserved. And they're some of the most coveted instruments.
And then they become more valuable depending on who's played
Exactly.
them.
Exactly.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's like a real legacy
Totally.
kind of thing.
Totally. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So a ton of famous violinists like today are playing on Stradivarius violins.
And they have to keep them playing because the strings degrade, or because
You're replacing strings all the time.
Oh, you
it's
have
not the
to?
strings.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know if like a violin just like sat in a closet for 100 years, what it would sound like. But you know what I mean? I'm not sure it's like, okay, we got to keep this thing hot or it'll just like crumble into ash. I'm not sure what you know what I mean? If there's any, if that's part of the reason.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, they're just, and you hear somebody who's amazing play on this like amazing violin, and I don't know, maybe it's all just like in the mind, but like I feel like you can tell a difference. You know what I mean? There's just, I mean, it's the same thing like with an amazing cup of coffee, right? So there's like depth and complexity,
Totally.
and delicacy, and you know what I mean? It's multi-dimensional. And that's what these violins are. I mean, it's just like, it's like holding like the power of God in your hands. You know
That's
what I
so
mean?
cool.
Yeah, just these amazing, beautiful old instruments.
Yeah,
From like the 1700s.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Dang. Is there someone like in the music world that you absolutely like look up to, Melissa, that like you have since a kid have just
There's
like
your mentor.
idolized? Well, not mentor per se, because mentor has an aura of like knowing them and talking with them, but like, and it could be your mentor, but like who is like someone that you have absolutely idolized in the music world?
The truth is, like, I have pretty trash taste in music.
Oh.
Like,
Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's the whole, like, I'm very broad
Yeah, of course.
in what but I mean, I guess if I was going to pick anybody, like, I'm like a sucker for musicals. So you could put me like in the Gershwin camp or the
Sweet.
Rodgers and Hart camp. Like, that's the kind
Cool.
of stuff that I really
Gets you going.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's so cool. Yeah, I don't have like, I've always like as a kid not liked musical theater, and I feel like I need to give it a second shot, and I feel like maybe you're the one to get me there.
I find this interesting about you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a very like spastic, performative person. You know what I mean? So, and I don't know why I wouldn't like them, but I don't know. Anyway, sorry, not to make it about me, but yeah.
No, but now I want to
Yeah.
like put together like a list of musicals that I think like you should.
Okay.
So you should probably listen to Assassins.
Okay.
By Stephen Sondheim. I guess I would say Sondheim. I love Sondheim.
I'm gonna write that
I
down.
kind of
Okay,
love
Stephen Sondheim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's famous for doing like Into the Woods. Like that's
Oh.
that he composed that. But Assassins is this like very niche musical that he did about all the American assassins.
Whoa.
And it's very funny and very dark. And it's about how all of the assassins get together and convince Lee Harvey Oswald to shoot Kennedy.
Oh my god. You're like, and this musical was made in 1975. You know what I mean? It's like, like 4 or 5 years after Kennedy's assassination.
I think it's in the 80s.
Oh, okay. So
I
it's
think
good. It's enough time.
I think they let a little
yeah.
time pass.
Yeah.
But I think you would love it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Right on. No. I'm gonna give it
I
a
think
shot.
it might be the way to get you in.
Okay.
Whoa, that's cool.
The gateway drug.
Yeah.
The gateway.
Let's watch
into
it together.
musicals.
Let's
yeah.
all three of us watch it together.
Yeah. Let's just turn it on and do like a Mystery Science Theater 2000 sort of scenario where
Oh,
we
I would
watch
be
it and
into
then
that.
record our
Yeah.
reactions. You know.
But like your love for music and your love for writing, it just makes sense that like musicals. In my head, it just makes sense that.
Totally.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really good at reading people. I just read you so hard today.
Yeah. Yeah. You just got red.
Yeah.
I feel seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feel seen. No. Appreciate
That's
it.
funny. But musicals, that's cool. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the one that you would say that you would look up to of the assassin who's the
It's Stephen Sondheim.
Stephen Sondheim.
Who
Okay.
just passed away. It was like I'm devastated.
Yeah.
People are devastated. Yeah.
Man. That's awesome. I mean, that's not awesome. Sorry. That's crazy.
But-
that's
Yeah. You're horrible.
no, God, that was not the
Awful
right word to
person.
say. I'm so sorry. I was trying to say it's awesome that you like those things. That's crazy about that he passed away this year.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But
But no, his music is amazing and funny and quirky. Yeah.
Have you ever composed?
No. I
Never
mean,
composed?
I write some like songs, but not. I don't consider that composing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'll like write a ditty,
Got it.
but like
a little number.
I don't do like the full orchestration.
Okay.
I won't like blow out a whole orchestration. That's like not my. That's not where my talents lie
Okay.
at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking again, just like on that, like, okay, musician, writer. You know what I mean? Like, write a musical. You know what I mean?
Oh, I want to.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there's yeah. There's,
Do you
the
even
sock
know-
puppet thing we were talking about
Yeah,
before
yeah.
we started. Yeah.
yeah. Do you even know the track of like do you literally could you like create something and then give it to like do you know editors that you could give it to that could make it a reality, or how would you even do you know how to go about that route?
how to make a musical?
Well, I mean, anyone could just make a musical, right? But I mean, how do you get it to where it could possibly become something? Like, do you? I mean, the editors that you were working with the book, could you be like, hey, do you know anyone in the musical world? And then, I mean, how does that work?
It's really hard to get a musical made.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But you know, this is something people find annoying about me. But I feel like percentages, like when people talk about like percentages, they'll say like, you know, it's like a 20% chance that like you're going to be successful. But I always feel like the chance that the one person to be successful as me is 50-50.
Right.
So like,
right.
why not just give it a shot?
Give it a
Right.
shot.
Yeah, that's true.
I like that way.
It's
of
bad
looking at it.
math, but it's good optimism.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like, Melissa, I don't know who just told you, but that's terrible math. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But it takes like
That's
it
funny.
takes incredible optimism to like create stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if everyone just like, that's not going to work, then nothing would ever be created, right? So
Right, and like I wouldn't like the work that it goes into making a musical. Like you do it because you love it, not because you think it's gonna sell.
Totally.
That's like a different.
Totally.
That's a different tier of people
right,
who are like the money people.
Yeah.
But
right.
I think you make something because you can't stop making
Yeah,
it.
you can't
Yeah.
not make it.
Yeah.
You know?
Like the first book I ever wrote, I had no idea I was writing a book. I literally sat down, I started writing, and then I just kind of kept writing. And I kept wanting to write, and I kept coming back to it over and over again. And then, 9 months later, I had a novella. And it was...
Whoa, you wrote a novella?
Yeah.
This is another piece. This is what I'm talking about. This is why we brought you on.
This is why we do the podcast.
Yeah, and
To learn so
and
much
then
about
also
people.
like you in particular. I mean, like what an amazing. Okay, so you wrote a novella. Mm-hmm. How? When?
I wrote it... I started it the summer before the pandemic, and then I finished it in the middle of the pandemic.
Okay, so this was like just pre you coming to Castle.
Yeah.
I would assume. Okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that time?
Yeah,
when it
because
worked
I
out?
was
Okay.
writing it when I was doing my master's
Okay.
in my second master's in Bassoon performance.
Yeah. Hate you. No, I'm just
I know, it's so
Yeah.
snooty.
It's disgusting.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I remember writing it under the stairs in the Performance Arts Center
Cool.
at UNM.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would just sit and I would just write in like whatever free time I had.
Wow. Wow. And can you are you willing and or able to divulge a little bit what it's about?
For
I want to
sure.
hear. Well, and also, secondly, have you sought publication or are you sitting on it right now?
What I did with that, novellas are really hard to publish,
Totally.
to get representation for, especially for like first time
Mm-hmm.
author. So I decided I just wanted to get it out there. It's on Wattpad. You can read it for free.
Okay.
It's called Following Fish.
Okay.
And it's like a late coming of age story.
Okay.
Yeah, about a woman who follows the ghost of her dead dog to Madrid, New Mexico, and has some like pretty intense adventure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, so cool. Okay, so but this is something we can just
You
like
can-
when we're done with this interview, I can find it. I can go
you can
find
totally
it.
read it. And
Okay.
like when I go back and read it, it's cringy for me because like my writing has it was 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
2.5 years ago. Like my writing has improved, but I think the storytelling is good enough.
Yeah, like
I'd
you
let you
still
read it.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not embarrassed to show. Oh, cool.
No.
No, I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. Oh, isn't that so cool?
That's so
I think
cool.
that's so freaking rad.
So in terms
Yeah.
of like
I love that.
like
Yeah.
your work that you're working on right now, is this like going to be a published work for the?
Hopefully, that's the whole thing. I'll get an author credit. It's really so like how James Patterson doesn't write his books anymore.
yeah.
Like it's like a team of people and
Yeah.
it's all published under James Patterson.
Yeah.
So this is the same idea with this publishing company. My fake author, who does not exist, is a woman named Rebecca Pace.
Okay.
And so, but it'll be like Rebecca Pace with Melissa Lux. So like I'll get a writing credit, which
Okay.
is super cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
So is this a team working on this one, or this is solely you working on this one?
This is just me
Working
on it.
as the
Yeah.
Whoa, as Rebecca Page.
Yeah.
Wow.
And are you able to disclose about like what the content of what your writing is?
I don't know if I'm allowed to.
Okay,
I have
that's
no
totally
idea.
fine.
But what I'll
Yeah.
tell you, it falls under the faith and inspiration
Okay.
category.
Wow.
Which is like not necessarily my jam, but also not my jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess what I can tell you is it's a non-denominational, I guess, multi-faith retelling of the Paul the Apostle story.
Whoa.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Super.
That's really neat.
You're like very like multi. Like you cross many boundaries of writing. Like it's very cool
Yeah.
to hear like the musicals and the novella and then this. It's just like, yeah.
Man,
multi-talented.
so
I do
cool.
like a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
I-
this is so cool.
Yeah, you got your
like
fingers
dip
in so
yeah.
many cookie jars.
Yeah.
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 But what's your favorite cookie? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's-
Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Some people find it really irritating about me.
That you don't have, like,
I
a favorite-
won't like just pick a thing.
Mm.
But I used to find it irritating about me. But I just think that maybe like this is what I'm supposed to do. I think maybe I'm supposed to just do a whole bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just kind of be at peace
I
with
hope.
that. Yeah.
Is there one that you
Yeah.
enjoyed working on more than the others? Like, you don't have to be a favorite, but I know, in terms of like for me, like music listening, right? Like, if someone asks me what's my favorite artist, it's like, well, what's my favorite artist at that time? Because I
Right.
don't have an all-time favorite, right?
Yeah.
Is there one type of genre of work that you like to work on the most right now in this moment?
No.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
the thing that for me that's kind of like interesting to realize is I've noticed like I really like creating story, but I don't like working in a vacuum. Like I'm a community person. I like to be with people and around my people, and like I'm kind of hoping that whatever my next endeavor is more collaborative. It was one of the things that I liked about working on scripts. Being in a writer's room is like very powerful experience.
Cool. Yeah.
also-
So sorry.
But same with teaching, you know, like
Yeah.
it's very
Right.
collaborative. And what I don't like about writing is like you're doing it by yourself. And same thing with massage therapy. Even though like I loved giving people treatments, like it's just me in a room with someone who's probably going to fall asleep. Like
Totally.
I
Right.
like to be with people.
So that's like a real like source of energy for you in the kind of creative process is doing it collaboratively and with people.
Yeah.
Like you derive a lot of. That's interesting. Yeah, because I feel like I'm like very much the opposite. I mean, I'm a social person, right? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I've got tons of friends and all that stuff. But yeah, like, you know, I think at least stereotypically you envision creative, like, the artist in the garret alone, you know what I mean? And then just drawing on, one's own like internal inspiration, and that's it, right? That's the image. I think that's so cool, and I think that says something about just the nature of like creative endeavor, right?
Yeah.
That it can and it often is very much a communal enterprise.
Yeah.
And that, I don't know, it's just really cool to hear you kind of give words to that,
Yeah. That is the way that I prefer to work. But I've also worked completely alone and had it be something that was meaningful for me. But I just think that I don't know, feel like my next thing I would like to be in collaboration with somebody else.
Cool.
Or multiple people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are you going towards the close of this project, or do you feel like it'll be probably a lot more?
I'm in the second draft. I got
Okay.
my notes back from my editor.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were brutal.
Oh man.
which is fine. It's part of
Right.
the process. Like I
Right.
had to have a real pep talk with myself.
Right.
But yeah, I'm addressing the notes and like it's making the story a lot better. Like
Okay.
once I like stop being so butthurt
Yeah.
about not being perfect. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I started to really be able to like improve and address like what they're asking me to do and see the value in it.
Right.
And so hopefully, my gut tells me I'm probably going to have to go through one more round because the changes that they're asking me to make, they're pretty significant. They're not in terms of the story, but they're a lot about like the narrative point of view, how the story's told. And so I have a feeling like we may have to go and do like a light edit after this one. But I don't know. Just
Right.
buckle up. Just
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it kind of less collaborative in this sense, in the terms of like you submit things and then like do they talk to you about changes, or is it just kind of like they make changes, submit it to you, and then they're like you got to do this type thing?
They give you like it's just a Google Doc full of like
Gotcha.
how you need to
Criticism.
be better.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little more tough on the old brain there.
It
Yeah, for anybody.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
It definitely is. But you also get used to it.
Yeah.
You do like when I first got the notes back, like I felt them like intensely, and now like the notes are the same, the quality of the notes are the same, but I don't know, I can digest them better.
Okay.
I
Gotcha.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably had to do with something with just time, right? And like time to like dwell on it. Like, I always say it's funny that I'm going to compare it to this, but like any like tattoo that I get,
Yeah.
it's like I have all these
here we
ideas. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
Matthew.
here we go.
Jeez, This guy.
More tattoos. I feel like everything leads to your tattoos.
This is the first time I've ever talked about
the
it.
first time. Yeah.
If I could
All
just-
roads lead to Josh's tattoo.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What I was trying to say is that like I have a lot of ideas that just like come out of like my butt. That's just like
Yeah, like fire.
yeah, like
Yeah,
fire,
like,
fire
yeah.
out of my ass. Yeah,
Yeah.
where it's just like I have
That's a throwback.
Yeah, it's a throwback.
Exactly.
You listen to episode
yeah.
4.
Yeah, mom, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
called me after that and she was like, "You cussed on the podcast, Joshua?" Like, oh my god.
Yes, Mom, I cussed.
Yeah. But with tattoos, like there's so many ideas that just come out. They're like, I'm going to get this. But then like my rule with myself is to sleep on it one, but then wait many, many months before I actually get the tattoo, because like my idea and the idea of that tattoo, and then just like my transformation of my thought process of why I got that tattoo change a lot over those months, to where like maybe 4 months down the road, I'm like, I'm actually really glad I didn't do that. Or I've actually become more at peace with that decision because it's so much time has passed. I'm assuming it's probably the same way with writing,
Totally.
but like that like getting that back and being like, oh God, I suck. But then just like sleeping on it and then just waiting a little bit and just like digesting it and being
Yeah.
like, oh, actually these are good decisions, or like I can actually change this in a better way. I don't know.
And like there's magic in like the percolation.
Yeah.
You know, like
Right.
my brain is working on problems when I'm not aware
Mm-hmm.
of it.
Right.
And then when I sit down and do the writing, like the problems are solved.
Suddenly something, yeah, totally. Yeah, it clicks. I think that's actually a really great kind of analogy there. I mean, because it's a creative
Oh, is it?
process, right?
Now it's a good
Yes.
analogy.
Yeah, now it's a good analogy.
Thank you.
After
I'm glad-
done, I just needed to bust your. I need to bust your chops at least once an episode. And
Yeah.
I feel like that was my like low hanging fruit. You know what I mean? Just take it. Yeah, but no, I like all that said. I feel like, yeah, I mean that's a creative process right there, right? I mean, obviously, like somebody else is quote unquote like doing the physical work, but you're the inspiration behind the symbol and then what it means for you.
Mm-hmm.
So that I mean, that right there is creative. You know what I mean? And so I think it's going to show a lot of the same kind of basic characteristics that any process would be.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and writing is a big one. You know, it's like, yeah, like you get it out, and then a lot of times it helps to just like sit on it, or like digest some feedback or whatever, and then you come to it again however much long down the road, and then not only are you like unconsciously working through and processing stuff, material that you may not have like seen before, but then you're also kind of looking at it from like kind of a strange new angle, almost like different eyes, and then that gives you some new perspective too. So
Right.
no, I think that totally works.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't want this to, Melissa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. This
Don't
is
look
a
at me.
three-way. This is a three-way conversation. Let's interview Josh. Yeah. Melissa, this is behind the bar with Matt, Melissa.
Well, it actually
Josh
does kind of
is
have a cool
our-
ring to it.
Yeah, Josh.
Matt, Melissa.
This
Yeah.
is. Then we're interviewing Josh. Today.
Yeah.
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 Josh,
Yeah.
what's your last name?
Yeah. Josh. Yeah.
My heart. Yeah. Gotcha. Castleberry. My coaches called me Dingleberry in high school. That was unfortunate. Yeah. Castle Fairy. You know, you can go with any of these.
Yeah.
Play it.
I feel like Dingleberry is like a classic, like high school, football, basketball team sort of like thing
like
you would
coaches
do.
are hard on you and like
Oh,
they're like
yeah.
trying to
Like
build up your
Dingleberry.
spirit.
Yeah,
You're like,
get-
Dingleberry, get over here.
Yeah.
Like,
Ow.
yeah.
That
I'm
is
coming,
so
coach.
rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And it's funny, I didn't know what that was either.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then like,
Dingleberry. Yeah. And you like 5 years later, you're like, wait a minute.
I'm like, oh
yeah.
God, that's what they called me for 5 years.
Yeah.
My heart. So much emotional baggage
Okay.
just coming out.
I mean, I think your name is the coolest last name. Castleberry?
Oh, totally.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
come on.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a cool freaking name. Yeah. Don't let
Yep.
that stuff, don't let it get you down.
I'm not
man.
going to let it get me down.
No.
Yeah. You know, my son's name, full name is Theodore Lawrence Castleberry. And it's like, yeah.
He sounds like the Lord of the Manor.
Yeah. No. Yeah. He sounds
Seriously.
like
Not
yeah,
intentional.
yeah.
We didn't like.
I love
we're
it.
like,
Yeah.
oh, what's the nicest name we could call somebody? But it wasn't that at all. It wasn't like we just love the name Theo.
Yep.
my grandfather who passed away was like an inspirational person in my life, and his name was Larry. So we just put it all together, and it just turned out to be this like insane, like give him the keys of the kingdom.
Yes.
That's like the kind of name that he had.
Yeah, now he's gonna be the spoiled heir of an empire that you created. You know what I mean?
What?
You know,
Yeah.
that's gonna be that classic like heir father dynamic where the father started from nothing and is real like just tough as nails and a hard worker, but then you know what I mean, like he's like spoiled.
Yeah.
And then like doesn't know what hard work means. And then so like when you bequeath your empire to him, I know. Yeah, when you bequeath your empire to him, it's just gonna be like he's just gonna. It's the same. This story's been with us for a long time.
Yeah.
No.
Melissa's writing it right now
Yeah.
for a story.
You know, like in history.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like where it's like you always see, you know, like this upstart start a new dynasty.
It's true.
And then it's the heirs who ruin it because
Yeah.
they don't know what it's like to build stuff from the ground up.
Yeah.
You know what I
don't
mean?
know,
Like,
but,
I'm just saying that's how it's going to unfold.
but maybe with conscious parenting, we might be okay.
Yeah, we might be
maybe with
Yeah,
today's
we can break the cycle.
knowledge
Yeah.
of conscious parenting, then maybe it'll be fun.
All joking aside, though, wouldn't it be cool if like our sons like took over Castle from us?
Wouldn't that be crazy? That would
I just think
be
that'd be so
insane. Oh man, but I have two sons. Does that mean they're gonna like fight
Yeah, this is
over?
gonna be- yeah.
You know what I mean? This is another classic thing throughout
Yeah.
history. It's like
Yeah.
who is the real heir, who's not.
It's true.
And then it's this whole, factional family
Yeah.
thing that happens. So I'm
what's
looking forward to that. The dynastic split. You know what I mean?
Of the
The
Castle
treachery, the drama, the
Wow.
intrigue.
Yeah.
Looking.
I'm ready.
Yeah, are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you?
No,
This
yeah.
would be a really cool musical.
Oh, for
I'm
sure.
just saying.
This would be a really cool sock puppet
Yeah.
musical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although,
What
have you
do
guys?
we call it?
I don't know.
Spill the beans.
Yeah, right. Ooh.
Something. I don't know.
Yeah,
We need
just
to workshop
sleep on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait about 4 months,
Spill
and
the
then it'll come to you. There's this new Disney movie that just came out, or it's on Disney Plus, but it's a Marvel thing. I think it's called Werewolf by Night, or something like that. Do you guys watch Disney Plus at all?
I have it.
I have it, but I haven't seen this.
Yeah.
You should watch. I mean, in my personal opinion, like a lot of Marvel stuff that's been coming out is not my favorite. I like the old school Marvel stuff, but this new one that came out, Werewolf by Night, is like that exact same. Is trope the word? Like where it's
Yeah,
okay.
trope.
Yeah, yeah.
Trope's
So
good. Yeah.
it's the exact same trope where like I'm not giving anything away, but like this, it's like a bunch of assassins that like kill like monsters. They're like, but they're also kind of bad themselves. It's very odd, but it's like a black and white, so it's like made today, but it's
Whoa.
a black and white film.
Cool.
And the main, like there's like this bloodstone that's like the end all be all of like if you have the stone, you're the most powerful assassin in the world. Well, the guy dies, and the next part is that like after the person who owns this bloodstone dies, like all of the assassins, the best assassins in the world, come together and they all fight, and the last one standing wins the stone. And so like this whole movie is that like the person dies and all the assassins come together, and it's like a Hunger Games type style of like who can get the stone. And I'm just picturing our sons.
Dude, well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
No, this is a
Like
this
Castles
is
of
a classic
Bloodstone,
trope.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, totally, man. No,
Anyway.
but it's like instead of a stone, what would it be? Like the roaster?
I don't
You know
know.
what I mean? Like what would it be?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because this isn't happening.
It needs to be something more portable.
Yeah,
than
it
the
does.
roaster.
Yeah,
I
you
feel
can't
like
take that
that's-
with you,
Like,
Matthew.
it's always a stone.
Yeah,
because
gotta
like
be.
you can lose it, you can bury it.
Oh.
You know, like,
Totally.
That's
there's-
true.
Yeah, so it needs to be something
Oh,
portable.
I wonder keys to the shop? I don't
My wallet.
Yeah, no, Josh's wallet.
Yeah. Super portable, and I lose it all the time. So
Yeah.
it's perfect.
Yeah. I bury it all the time.
Yeah. I don't bury it, Matthew.
When you open it, does it look? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a magical
Yeah.
quality.
Yeah.
It is. Yep. It gives me magical powers.
That's funny.
We've also divulged very heavily from the bassoon, which is great. It's all natural conversations. But
I'm fine with it.
are you?
Yeah.
You're like, stop talking about me. I hate.
Yeah.
Also, I do have some fun facts. Do you guys want to
Yeah,
hear fun
let's hear
facts?
what happened to the fun
Let's take a
facts.
break. Let's take a break and
Yeah.
and do fun facts.
Let's talk. Yeah. Anyone listen to this this podcast? Sorry about the crazy all over the place.
I'm having fun.
I'm
No, it's fun.
What are you apologizing
Well,
for?
because like we like introduce and we go straight to Melissa, and then now we're going back to fun facts when normally we start with fun facts. It's just
This is self-discovery, man. It doesn't follow a
my
linear.
OCD is freaking out right now. all
Yeah,
right?
it doesn't follow a
Jeez.
linear track here. Just read this stupid fact.
Life is a spiral.
Yeah, life
Yeah,
is
it is a
We're just
spiral.
coming
Yeah.
back to and fun facts is the
Yeah,
center.
yeah. Life
Yeah.
is a downward spiral, leading nowhere.
All
so
right.
just
Ready?
be along for the ride, baby. Sorry.
You guys ready for fun facts number 1? All right. A woman who lost her wedding ring found it 16 years later on a carrot in her garden.
What?
This has made national news.
sorry.
A woman. I'll show you the picture. It's actually kind of crazy. A woman in Sweden lost her wedding ring while cooking for Christmas in 1995. She looked everywhere for it and even had her kitchen floor pulled up, hoping she could find it. But she wouldn't see it again until her carrot started growing. She had apparently lost it in her garden, the ring, and then like it got buried just over time, like weather and stuff. And then like her carrots that she planted, like one had like sprouted the carrot and the ring, like this,
Like
the,
inside,
like
so
through-
it's like you pull out like
so
a.
that's literally like the carrot and the ring.
I don't know why.
And so she pulls the carrot and she's like, holy cow, that's my wedding ring from 16 years ago. She didn't find it till 2012. Isn't that crazy?
That's
Wow.
You
crazy.
just pull out your carrot and you're like, oh my God, that's my wedding ring.
Yeah, and it's like because it's kind of fingery looking, so there's like that
It
element
needed
of
it.
kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, don't you just love the bite taken out of the top of it?
Yeah, no. Yeah, someone in between, like, oh my God,
Yeah.
my wedding ring,
Oh,
and
God.
that photo. Someone was like, take a bite out of that. Yeah.
But it's
Wow.
just crazy. Isn't that
is
insane?
really
That's
cool.
really good.
Yeah, really cool. I hope they were still married because they'd be like, this is stupid.
Yeah, I
Stupid
know, right?
ring.
Yeah, hopefully that wasn't a fight. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Let's see here. So that's fun fact number 1. Number 2, a New Orleans hotel offered a $15,000 stay at their hotel to whoever stole the most outrageous item from them. Which at first I read that title and I was like, what does that even mean?
Did they have to return the item?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
But
okay.
steal it undetected is the idea?
Yeah, like they stole it over any. So the idea was that if you had come into their hotel and stolen anything, as one does in a nice hotel, right? You just take home something.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't do that. But if someone did, their idea of like how to get their most outrageous things back was you get a free stay. It was a free 7-night stay in its presidential suite, along with complimentary private dinners and spa treatments worth a whopping $15,000. But in order to get the prize, you had to whoever returned the most outrageous item that they'd stolen over the course of them opening won the stay.
So this was just them trying to get their
Like
stuff
an
back.
an amnesty.
Yeah, totally,
seriously. But
totally.
like they're
Like, no
the
harm,
prize
no
was
foul.
staying in our like most luxurious suite, and so they ended up getting. I don't know who won. It doesn't say, but the hotel is beautiful. But the person won and was able to stay in the
Did
hotel.
they say what the item was?
It doesn't say what the
Oh,
item was.
man. Because that.
That is not a fun
Yeah.
fact.
It just leaves me wanting
That
more.
is an
Yeah.
unfun
Yeah,
fact.
it's an unsatisfying
Yes.
fact, is what that is.
I'm looking up right now. I hope I find this fast so there's not an awkward. Oh, that's
Don't take
stupid.
all the time you need.
Well,
John.
now that's dumb. Now I hate it. Actually, that's kind of cool. Okay, so it was a stolen coffee pot wins New Orleans local 15,000 Roosevelt Hotel giveaway.
Whoa.
And the coffee pot was like this really cool, like old looking like vintage
okay.
coffee pot. Someone had stolen it apparently.
Huh.
Also, like, is it like the 7-year thing where it's like you give it back, haha, joke's on you, you're arrested?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Boys, and
Yeah.
then they just come out from like the,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Right from
like,
their spa
yeah,
treatment,
yeah,
they're
exactly.
like, they're like,
yeah, no, they're like,
You're like, you won the giveaway.
yeah, some guy's getting a massage, and then he just like, yeah. Oh man.
That's so they stay one night. And that
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
You're like taste of glory, and then you're like, now you're in prison.
Yeah. Oh my god. But I just love the idea of like secret agents like hiding in
Yeah.
plain sight.
Like,
in
yeah.
the
What a
spa,
smart-
You know what I mean?
What a
Yeah.
smart thing.
Like one of the waiters. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Is like, you know what I mean? Like one of the cops. You know.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so was that funner fact after I told you?
Yeah.
that helped.
Yeah.
Okay.
That brought me some closure.
Yeah.
I feel like.
All right,
Yeah.
that's good. The last one here. The Apollo 11 crew, the ones that went up to the moon, life insurance did not cover, obviously, or at the time, did not cover dying in space.
Yeah.
And so...
Feel like makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
So the Apollo 11 crew were like, well, what if we die in space and our family's not protected? So they used hundreds of autographs as life insurance. So they literally, before they went on their mission, I didn't know this. I had to look it up because it's true. They just like signed a bunch of like apparel and like pictures and like all these other things that if they die, and left them with their family members. So if they died in space, the family members could sell the autographed memorabilia as money for their life insurance to like protect the family. And obviously they all came back home. So like it's
right. Like it was okay.
Did they sign it like something dark, like see you never?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, if you're reading this, I am floating in space.
Yeah. So
So then what did they do with all the stuff?
So then it just said that they do, however, show up in space memorabilia auctions today, and the most expensive one sold for $30,000. But because they are still alive, so it's not worth as much, but still kind of a cool piece of history. And so they are in his like museums of space. But just in case they died, they would be able to sell all this memorabilia and pay for the family's like living expenses.
Who figured that out?
Man.
Like,
isn't that
which
so?
person was like, something?
Yeah.
That's exactly. I mean, that's a really smart idea, like contingency plan right there.
Yep.
Wow.
All right.
That's pretty cool.
Interesting. Thank you. Those are my fun facts for the day.
Yeah.
All right. Well, back on his bassoons.
Let's just glance
I'm
over
gonna
all
tell you
this.
a fun fact.
Yeah, tell me
related
about cows.
No,
Oh.
it's actually not a fun fact. It's a story.
Oh, okay.
About my wedding ring.
Okay.
Which I wouldn't have thought of if you didn't say the carrot thing.
Okay.
So I used to do CrossFit, and I lived in Queens at the time. And I had parked my car in the place where I park it, and I would take my wedding ring off and clip it onto my carabiner. It was my wedding ring and my engagement ring. Because you can't can't lift.
Yeah, you can't. You can't get into it, man.
When I came out of this session, it was gone. My rings were gone. I looked everywhere. I looked in the street. I looked in the car. I looked in the gym. I retraced my steps, and I was so upset, And my husband was really cool about it, but I went to Florida. I was visiting my dad. I was telling him what had happened. And I guess you don't know. I also have I have some magic powers where if you lose a thing, tell me, and I can pull it out of a hole in space.
Yeah, I know.
And
good to know.
Yeah, just grab it.
I've done it for so many people.
Yeah.
It's real helpful. So
wow.
Yeah. So he was like, well, can't you do your magic thing and just find your ring? And I was like, can't do it for myself. And
what's the tragedy of a gift like that?
Right?
You know what I mean?
And my stepmother was like, well, why don't you do it for your husband? And I was like, oh, that's actually kind of a good idea. So, so I get back home. It's been a month now. It was in the winters, February, it had snowed, the plows had been through, the street sweepers had been through. I'm going to the CrossFit gym. I'm walking, and I look on the ground, and I see what looks like a pop top, from a can of soda. And I was like, wouldn't that be great if that was my ring? And I bent over, and it was my ring, completely flattened because it had been driven over, and the stone was sitting right next to it.
Oh my gosh.
Melissa.
What?
That's a good story, right?
That's insane.
What in the world?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. So wait a minute. It had been flattened by a car?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I guess the snowplow probably churned it up. And then
wow.
I have no.
And a month later.
Yeah, it was a month
wow.
later.
I mean, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's pretty good.
So presumably what had happened, it had fallen off your
my carabiner
must have just slipped off.
Or I didn't put it on securely, who knows?
Yeah.
Or it was a pop top and I used my magic powers to
turn
it.
Yeah.
It's Melissa, that's a pop top.
Yeah.
You're like, no, it's my ring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So if you ever need anything.
Well, after this episode, you're coming into my house and helping me find 16 different things.
Not a problem.
Yeah, perfect.
I've done it many times with all different objects.
I have a small
Wow.
starter's fee.
Yeah.
And,
no, I do it for free.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't think it works for money.
That's
Yeah,
so
as soon as there's
funny.
a transaction, it's like the powers go away.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like-
because it has to be pure of heart.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also another trope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's so funny. We've been watching Frozen a lot because Theo like absolutely loves
Oh, I
Frozen.
Like
love
Frozen?
that.
I love to like I go on Disney Plus and like I'll show the what's it called? Just the graphic of whatever movie, and
Yeah.
I just like
Yeah.
I watch his face
Yeah,
and I see
totally.
which one he like reacts to. And his old ones he's like over with, but every time Frozen comes on, he's like his face lights up. So I'm like, all right, cool, that one. And the little troll in there was like the only way to froze or thaw a frozen heart is true love's
It's
kiss
true
or something
love.
like that.
No, it's just true love.
Oh, just true love.
Yeah.
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 Just pure heart. You know what I mean? So
Totally, man.
do you ever have a frozen heart?
That somehow ties back into what we were talking about.
Yeah, not at all, but it just made me
Yeah.
think of it.
Vaguely ties
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
You know, I saw.
We could talk about Frozen. It's a musical. That works.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the musical?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys finish watching? There was like 6 things you guys were watching, but it was like Ted Lasso.
Yes.
And then some sort of drumline thing that you guys were watching. What was it called?
Oh, Drum Corps.
Drum
Yeah.
Corps. Okay.
Yeah. I
What-
made her watch Drum Corps.
You made her watch it.
I made her watch
She,
it.
I think she enjoyed
Good.
it. She,
Yeah.
she told me
Good.
she
I feel like
liked
that's
it.
a good thing. You should make everyone. You know what I mean? Like
It's
everyone
a-
needs to watch Drum
It's
Corps.
an amazing
Yeah.
like visual musical
Totally.
experience,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
like I think people don't even know what it is. It's
No.
like marching band on steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so great.
Yeah.
You showed me a video. I didn't know what it was until
Yeah.
you showed me, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these percussionists, man. I mean, they just do amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible stuff.
Yep.
Just so cool. Yeah.
But are you guys watching anything else on the docket right now?
Yeah.
What's
What are you guys working
What's
through?
on Melissa's and Maya's?
We're working through. Maya has never seen Sex and the City,
Oh.
so we're working our way all the way through. We started from the way beginning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there? I've never seen it either. Is there multiples?
Multiple
Well, you said all the way from the beginning. Do you mean?
Well,
seasons.
Oh, it's a
There's-
TV show.
Yeah.
I thought it was a
Josh.
movie.
Well, it is.
Oh,
but-
it's also a movie.
Yeah, but don't watch the movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just watch the TV show.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've never.
Yeah.
Oh, you're young. I keep forgetting.
Well,
I know this. It's every now and again, like I'll stop myself and be like, "Wait a minute, Josh is 26 and owns a business."
no,
you know
no,
what
no,
I mean?
no.
Like,
We don't need to talk about that. But I know
he's so young.
Maya's seen what's that doctor's show that she's like absolutely
Grey's
obsessed with?
Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
She's seen every single episode.
Yeah.
And there's like 17 seasons.
yeah.
Jeez.
Which is crazy. Like
Yeah.
if you were to tell me, like if I were in Maya's position or whatever, and you were like, hey, let's go stop back all the way from the beginning, season 1 of Grey's Anatomy, episode 1, I'd be like, no.
No, you should. Season 1
Yeah.
is so good.
Season 1's good.
Nope, not
What about
gonna
17? Yeah, I'm like, that's a commitment. 17
Yeah.
seasons. How many seasons are there in Sex and the City?
6.
That's doable.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
more
it's more
manageable.
doable.
Yeah. It's like well, even I was gonna say like Game of Thrones, but like those are like an hour each for
Yeah.
that's a commitment.
Yeah. No, it definitely is. You know, I've never seen Sex and the City either.
Are you guys watching Ted Lasso?
No.
I love Ted Lasso.
I have not watched
you
Ted
see
Lasso.
my-
I don't have Apple TV.
Did you see my costume for?
No, for
Wait,
Halloween.
did you dress up for Halloween?
Were
I
you-
sure did.
Oh.
We gotta see this.
I was not Ted Lasso.
You gotta watch Ted Lasso. It's incredible.
Yeah, I've
You
heard.
would
I mean,
love
I've
it,
heard
I
it's
think.
great. I just haven't done it yet.
I hate like it's so hard watching TV shows that are still coming out because you get so indulged with it, and then all of a sudden you finish the last episode and it's like there's more coming out. Like if you watch a
Wait
TV
till
show
next year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
I was Coach Beard.
Coach Beard. So this is Ted Lasso's like assistant coach. This is incredible. I wish the camera. I hope the camera can see this.
I was a really good Coach Beard.
That's
amazing.
incredible.
Thank you.
Like it looks exactly like Coach Beard. Like just the facial structure too. Like it just everything.
I have a long history dressing up as men for Halloween.
Oh yeah.
I was Groucho Marx in the 3rd grade.
Nice.
Like, yeah.
Nice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Do you dress up every year? Is that like a pretty big thing for you?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
stopped for a long time, but I decided I was going back to it this year, and I went back strong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Did you do anything for Halloween?
We went roller skating.
Oh,
I went
cool.
roller with
With Maya?
Yeah, and Alex.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah. My
Man.
castle friends. See?
Your
Yeah,
castle
yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, I think that's so cool. I love that again that friendship and those connections are carry over like outside of the shop.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I love that.
Yeah,
that's so
very cool.
rad.
I also so this is another like completely why off of the conversation, but you now do or you have been doing like massage therapy stuff like that.
Yeah.
Did you ever get a massage from her?
I never did because you had that COVID scare,
Right.
And then eventually you did get COVID,
I
right?
sure did.
But they was in this. I sure did, buddy. But yeah, there was that like, I was in
I owe
contact with
you.
somebody. Well, yeah, I mean, anytime,
I owe you
and then we
one.
just never picked it. We just never picked it up.
Whenever, man.
Okay.
It was literally one of the best massages I've ever had. Like
Really?
not even just trying to like butter
That's
you up.
awfully
Like
nice.
it. I told who did I tell? I think I was telling Maya this that like a lot of times massage people are like, do you want like a deep massage or a light tissue massage? And like I'm always, my muscles are just so tight that I'm like always deep. And I feel like they just like don't feel their own pressure in their thumbs because I feel like they're barely touching me. So it's like I feel like they're just kind of
Interesting.
like patting my back.
Yeah, they're just like,
They're just like, this is a deep massage.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're like, no, it's not. So when I went to you, like I was like, to be completely honest, I didn't have high hopes, not because of you as a person, but just because of my past massage experiences. And I left like feeling like a brand new person because it was like you actually did a deep tissue massage, which was so sick.
wow.
Well, but the secret is,
Yeah.
you don't start deep, which nobody
Work your way.
seems to know. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I warmed you up, and then I
Gotcha.
can get in there without having
Yeah.
to kill myself.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
you.
right.
yeah, right. Because
Yeah.
like your thumbs are dying at the end of it because you're like the whole time.
And you don't use your thumbs.
Really?
Oh,
It's really bad for you to use.
Yeah,
your
I was gonna
thumbs.
say that.
The
Like,
only
I would
time
feel
that you're
like
supposed to use your thumbs, like, is if you keep it completely in line, because you can do like serious damage
Yeah.
to yourself.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was
Is
gonna,
it
I was gonna
palms?
say, yeah.
It's palms, elbows, knuckles.
whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
Like you use your so there's effleurage, which is like the long gliding strokes, and then there's petrissage, which is like this thing.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I'm doing like work with my hand, my elbow, heel of my hand, especially.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I was facing the other way, so I didn't
I
see any
know.
of
There
that.
was. How would you know?
Yeah. How would you?
Yeah.
It'd be weird if you did know.
Yeah. Like, is that your heel? Like, what do you?
Yeah, no.
Sure would.
Is that the butt of a rifle? You're just like digging
Yeah.
it into
Like it feels good. I don't care what it is. This
Yeah.
is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyone listening, hit up Melissa.
Yeah.
for
Please
massage.
do.
Yeah.
That was one thing. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I was going to ask. Like, so that I mean, you've had like largely I feel like creative. I mean, not to say that massage therapy isn't creative, but it's a very different kind of creative. You know what I mean? So, but you
Totally.
like writing and music, right?
Yeah.
But then, how did you segue? How did that happen
So-
into the massage thing?
I'll tell you, massage and conducting have a lot more in common than you might think.
Well, I'll be so
Whoa.
good. Like how so?
Because you have to have a certain amount of sensitivity in your hands.
Hmm.
You're
Okay.
really paying attention with your hands.
Okay.
And energetically, like when you're conducting and like you're really in it, like there is a communication happening between your hands and your group. So like if I was conducting and telling you to get louder, softer, like I'm communicating with you and you can feel, like literally feel that energetically. Like that translates really well
Wow.
into doing massage.
It's almost like the ensemble is like someone's back
Yeah.
and you're like energetically
It is like
it's
that.
like you're massaging.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's energy. It all runs on the same channels, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Do
That
you,
is
do you
way
have
neat.
someone that you trust to give you a massage?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I sure do.
Is the
That's
dream
cool.
to like have your like if you were to choose between like writing or massage therapy, like I'm pretty sure you would choose writing,
I
right?
would,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So massage is just kind of like a side thing that you just enjoy doing.
I enjoy doing it. I like doing it for people that I care about. You know, like it's a nice thing to be able to offer. It's something I've been able to do since I'm young. Like I've always been like, even as a little kid, like I could walk up to you and know where you were in pain. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
So-
That's cool.
yeah.
Dang.
And on that note, I'm going to pull you and run to the restroom.
Run to the restroom? You gotta, okay. No, that's
totally.
great. That's
and then
great.
I have a flash rapid round of questions.
Okay.
So, question number 1 for you, Melissa.
Okay.
What are you're a writer as well. Do you also read a lot?
Yeah.
What are your top 3?
I bet you're a big reader.
Yeah.
Big
top
old
3
reader.
must-read books. Like you have to read these books, and it doesn't have to be even like self-help or anything. Like it could be like
This
this
is such a
fantasy
hard
novel.
question. Okay. I would say, even though we just talked about this,
Mm-hmm.
even though I don't think he's ever going to finish it, the King Killer Chronicle trilogy, the first one is called The Name of the Wind.
Okay.
It's by Patrick Rothfuss. It is such a beautiful book.
Hmm.
The second book is really beautiful, and the third book doesn't exist, and it may never.
May never
So-
exist.
Yeah.
Oh man, just by
But-
choice because he doesn't, or did he pass away? Or
No,
No.
he's
Oh,
still
okay.
alive. He's
Oh,
just
okay.
not finishing it.
It's kind
Oh,
of like
wow.
a George R. R. Martin
Yeah.
book 6 sort of scenario.
Gotcha.
Where it's like
Yeah.
you build up a huge fan base that's very passionate about your work.
Yeah.
And you let them down. Yeah.
Have you read the books?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. So we were talking about this the other day.
Oh, okay.
And both she and Kelly
Yeah.
were like, you got to read this book.
Oh,
And
okay.
But then they prefaced it with, like, hey, third one isn't out yet. You're going to be really hurt and disappointed.
Yeah.
So, like, go into it knowing there's going to be a lot of pain.
But the first 2 are so good.
So
Okay.
good.
I would do it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, that's cool. My
Cool.
wife like would absolutely love that. I think 'cause she loves like those kind of.
She's a fantasy reader.
She's a fantasy reader, huge fantasy reader.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then okay, so is that are you counting those as 1, 2, or
That's
is that
one
like
book.
okay 1? Okay.
Yeah, because it's one series.
series.
Yeah.
The second, I think I would say Big Magic by
Okay.
Elizabeth Gilbert, which is a book about creativity, and like breaking through your blocks, and like creating things even when you're scared to do it. And it's a really great book. And then the third, I think I'd say Bel Canto by Anne Patchett, which is about a bunch of people who get taken hostage, but it's one of the most like heartwarming, beautiful books I've ever read.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a real
Yeah.
touchy-feely, you know.
It is,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's cool.
it is,
Yeah.
and it's so masterfully done.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's good.
Dang, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
All right. Rapid fire.
but I want to know yours, but that's not rapid fire.
You,
Yeah,
you want to know
it's not
why?
rapid fire,
I don't
yeah.
read. I don't read books.
Me no read.
Yeah.
Books.
Do you probably have 3 books that?
Yeah, but this isn't. This is Melissa. I don't,
Put it
Melissa,
in
we
the
don't
show
know how to
notes.
read.
Yeah, put it in the show. There you
notes.
go.
We'll have links in the YouTube video to my and Josh's favorite books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. If you could transport yourself to anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
Paris.
Paris?
Yeah.
Have you been before?
Yeah.
Okay. What about Paris?
I just love it.
Hmm.
So much bread.
Oh yeah.
And it's the only place on earth I let myself still smoke cigarettes.
There, I'm telling you, those are almost like word for word exact reasons why I also love Paris.
Right?
I remember one time I went to France and it was during the summer, and so there were a lot of like school field trips, and there was like a teacher walking around with like 8 and 9-year-olds, like a gaggle of 8 and 9-year-olds at wherever we were on this tour. You know what I mean? We're in a touristy place, and he was just like smoking a cigarette.
Totally.
Just around a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, I remember like I was like a heavy smoker back then, and just like going to a French cafe and sitting outside and having something to drink, and then just
And
having
sitting all day.
sitting all
Right.
day long.
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yep.
Right?
Jeez.
Let's go.
Oh
That's-
yeah, Paris. Let's get out of here.
Can you
Let's
make that happen?
take
Yeah, I'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we? You're.
Yeah.
You know.
I'll work on it.
Yeah.
That's
Where's
why
your magic wallet?
Yeah. Yeah. Open it up.
Paris. Oh man, didn't work.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's where I proposed to my wife. Was in Paris.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, we took a day trip because she was studying abroad in England for 4 months, and when I went there towards the end of her semester, I planned a secret like day trip to Paris, and that's where I proposed. I would definitely go back to Paris again. We were
That's
only there for like a
beautiful.
day, so
Yeah. You
definitely
guys should go
we
back
need to go
for
back.
like a 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
You
That'd
guys
be very
gotta do
cool.
that.
Because there was so much to do, and like I had such a structured time of the day because of the build up to the proposal that I feel like we didn't really truly get to do a lot. I mean, we had lunch on like the Eiffel Tower and like stuff like that, but I mean, just like there's so much more there that we wish we could have done.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
but
You'll
Paris is
get
special
back
to me
there.
too. Yeah,
You'll
we'll
get back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Paris. We'll all just find each other in Paris one day. What's that? Oh, I'm thinking of the end of Batman. Have you guys seen the Batman trilogy?
Which one?
The older ones with Christopher Nolan.
Oh yeah,
Batman.
we're like. And then they're sitting at a table at a restaurant, and then look across the
and
restaurant.
Alfred like walks back,
Yeah,
and they look across each other, and they just nod, and it's like what I mean? It's gonna be us one day.
It's gonna
Definitely.
Yeah, we won't talk to each other.
Yeah, we'll
It'll
say
just be
a
like
That's it.
Yeah.
a nod. Get back to what we were doing.
Yep.
Yeah. I love that.
We'll both be smoking.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, we'll be smoking, just looking at each other. You know
And
what I
I'll
mean?
just be holding an unlit cigarette just to fit in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'll just be like,
Le parfait.
you're like, oh, gross. Anyway,
So good.
if you're free on a Sunday, what are you doing? It doesn't have to be a
Oh.
Sunday. If you got a free day, like, what are you doing?
I mean, nothing good.
Not,
Yes.
like you're up
I'm
to
like,
no good.
good.
I'm scrolling through TikTok. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
need
yeah.
stuff to do.
Yeah.
I'm a person who like needs things to
Like
do.
structure and stuff
yeah,
to
it's
do.
really good for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So those days
Yeah.
where you're just there, like you're having a restful day and you're on TikTok, that doesn't feel restful to you, or like what about that is not ideal because there is no structure?
There's something about the time void that happens when you're scrolling through TikTok. It's kind of amazing.
Right.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And like, but I guess if I'm not doing that, I'm watching like comfort films,
Yeah.
which that's the thing I enjoy. That feels good.
That's cool.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's nourishing. Like
Yeah.
you walk away from that and don't feel bad. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my other questions are a little too deep, but
Well, we can go deep.
Yeah,
I'm not
rapid
afraid.
fire this shit,
yeah,
man.
okay.
Come on.
Yeah.
What was a point in your life that really helped define who you are today?
Ooh. I mean, honestly, my divorce.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. Which is what led me to be in Albuquerque.
In the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and it's
That was
like,
a real pivoting.
yeah,
pivotal,
and it's a
yeah.
thing that's like still in process, and it's interesting to
course.
see like to figure out who you are outside. I mean, we were in our relationship for 15 years. We split very amicably. Like,
Yeah, sure.
But we were together for 15 years. Like, it's interesting
Right.
to watch yourself come into focus as an individual when you'd been part of a partnership for such a long time. So, like, as far as where I am today, I think that is like a bar none. Like,
Yeah.
the thing.
Oh,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Man.
Yeah. No, I mean, because it's not even like, it's not like in a marriage you're codependent, right? So it's like, but there is a sense
you're
in which, but you're
interdependent.
interdependent.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Yeah.
so you take out that other factor, right? And then
Yeah.
it's like, who the heck am I? You
Right.
know what I mean? I imagine a lot of people go through that. I mean, if one spouse passes away before the other, you know what I mean? There's there's the mourning of the loss of the person, but there's also mourning of the loss of like who am I and where do I fit into like the world
There's
and the
also-
scheme of all of that.
Yeah,
You know what I
and
mean?
the energetic, like, you have patterns with people that
Totally.
that are not conscious.
Totally.
And when they are gone,
Yeah.
like, there is a vacuum there,
Yeah.
and figuring out how to fill that void is like
TikTok.
really important. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There's simple answers. TikTok.
Yeah.
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 No, but
Always.
yeah.
Because it also learns
Yeah.
like how you're feeling. Like I swear it listens to you, like TikTok and all that stuff. So like it also feels what you're feeling. Like a lot of time the videos will.
The algorithm is
Yeah, it's
very
terrifying.
intelligent.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And
yeah.
so it's like
Or
you're going
fine.
into an even more like deeper place because it's like
Yeah.
it's like, well, I feel this and I'm watching videos about why I'm feeling this or how I'm feeling this. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh god,
They
Yeah,
do
it's-
that on purpose.
Yes.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
it's a real thing.
Yeah.
crazy. So don't do it.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
it.
Don't do it. I have like a like alert on my phone that tells me when I've been on for a certain amount of
Nice.
time.
Good.
Then I just ignore it.
Oh,
yeah,
I
every
punch the
time-
code,
Not
but
nice.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
Yeah, you punch it. Okay, cool.
And
Now
I'm
I
like,
know.
all right, at least
yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at least I know. Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm still gonna. Yeah. That's funny.
That's so funny.
But that's a really honest, great
Yeah.
answer. Thank
Yeah.
you for sharing that.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah, see, we can go deep.
Yeah. And
Do it.
my last question is if I feel like I know what the answer is, but maybe there's like a crazy switch up that you're about to give us. If money didn't matter because you were paid trillions of dollars to do this thing, what would you be doing full time? Like if money was not like you didn't have to worry about money ever, you were just doing this one thing full time forever. Would it be writing, or would it be? Is there some other passion that you're like, I really would do this for forever?
I mean, if money wasn't an object, I'd be making a musical.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. But probably like for TV, like
Ooh.
serial.
Like kind of a Glee sort of
More like my
vibe?
crazy ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
Like
Cool.
more in that.
In that vein.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
So where there's like a lot of strong storytelling, but then
Right.
Totally.
the song. They say, what is it? When in a musical, when you don't know what to say, you sing, and when you don't know what to sing, you dance. Like, it's like it pushes your emotions.
Yeah. No, I think you would be a great show writer, because that's the one great thing about series, right? Is that it kind of goes all over the place, and you can really develop things.
Yeah.
And a movie or like a single musical, you got to condense an entire story into like 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
I think you would be like a great musical, musical series on TV.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be like right up your freaking alley.
Oh, I would love
Yeah.
that.
You know what I
would
mean?
love
I
that.
just feel like that would be
Yeah.
great.
And then the boring answer to that question, but also like important, is I would like to figure out retirement for people, like retiring and dying with dignity. I know that's like super
Whoa.
in another realm, but,
No, but that's-
if I had unlimited money, like I would make sure that everyone like had everything they needed and
Wow.
died well.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's
Yeah.
No, I love that. As someone going into hopefully chaplaincy someday. Yeah. No, it's totally.
Yeah. That's my other, like, I think about it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you saying like, hey, here's a nice house, or like, what do you
I mean,
flesh that out? I
The
want
thing
to hear more
the thing that's
details.
so frustrating is like there are places that are doing it where people are living like intergenerationally
Right.
and so young people are enriching old people are giving their wisdom to young people, they're living in community, and people are living and dying well instead of like my uncle Eugene, who's like my favorite person on earth, just passed this year, and when he was in the hospital, like they treated him like worse than some I've seen people like treat a plant. Like they
Right.
literally just rolled him into a room and
Yeah.
just left him there.
Yeah.
And I just
Yeah.
I can't
Totally.
stomach the truth of that. And
Right.
it is true. And like I think also selfishly, like I don't have any kids, and I think that I worry like who's going to take
Right.
care of me?
Just
Nobody's obligated.
Come live with me and Sonia. Seriously, if we're
Yes.
still in Albuquerque, that's what I want. Because I've thought about this too. I would love to just have like enough money to like buy once people in my like immediate surroundings in my neighborhood like move out, to just buy those houses.
Yes.
And then like have like this giant compound where I have like my parents and then like friends.
Yeah.
Just like all live together, you know what I mean? Not necessarily under the same roof, but live together
With a communal
with a communal center.
Yeah.
I would
Like
I would
separate
love
lives,
yes.
communal center.
Totally,
So that
totally.
people are getting help.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Like, well, I mean, and that's what village life was.
Right.
For most of our existence as a species, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, yeah, this whole thing where we're like atomized and then like dying in a nursing home is like totally new. You know what I mean?
And horrific.
Yeah.
But this is we're in the throes of late stage capitalism. Like,
Right.
what are we gonna do?
Totally.
So
Yep.
you have to kind of think the other way. So
right.
I hope I make enough money that like I can make some kind of difference.
Right.
Just find a way to help. And I think that the only way you can help is to start small, like with the
Well, of
people
course.
right around you.
Exactly.
That's all you can do.
Totally.
Man.
Which I think is what you guys are doing.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With your shop. You make a huge difference in a lot of people's lives.
Oh.
Like it's
Thank you.
my life is so much better because y'all are in it and you create a space where like I can make my life better.
Thank you, Melissa.
I love
That's
that.
so
Yeah,
sweet.
that's amazing. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, when you, that's what business, like in all honesty, should be about, right? Like you want from the beginning, like Matt and I don't want $1 trillion, right? Like a lot of people start businesses just to make money, and that's fine. But like we're in the business of like changing lives. Like we want to be a part of like people's lives and their hearts and their stories, you know, the good and the bad. So yeah, I think that's what like truly, especially coffee shops should be for people, is that community hub. And a place where people can feel vulnerable and welcome and family.
Yeah.
Totally.
And then drink a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
So if you're in the shop and you see Melissa, you better say hi.
Yeah,
you
say
better,
hi.
you better freaking say hi to Melissa.
Yeah.
Unless I'm actually thinking of putting like a red light up on my computer for when I'm
Hilarious.
Yeah,
working.
yeah.
Because like I like to talk and I'm very distractible. It's nobody's fault but mine.
Yeah.
But like there'll be days where I'll come in and be like, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna write for 2 hours, and I talk for 1 hour and 47 minutes.
Yeah. And then the light turns green
Yeah.
when you're like free.
When I'm like good to go.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Or,
yeah, totally.
I was
Yeah.
thinking of wearing like an orange cone on my head, like
Yeah.
a woman at work.
Yeah.
Yeah. People just give you like 5 feet of room. Like, lady's wearing a cone. Yeah, I'm not going to talk to her. You know? Like, yeah. Don't touch
No,
that.
please say hi.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, have you been to Tucano's, the Brazilian restaurant right here, or any like Brazilian steakhouse where they have
yeah.
like the green and red and yellow thing, where it's
Exactly.
like you turn it like
Give
red
me
on
my
top.
meat.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready.
Except
Except instead of
like
meat,
don't talk to
it's
me.
conversation.
Yeah.
It's meat with 2 E's.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh,
Whoa, Melissa.
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mouth started watering
Yeah, I know.
actually. So that's
That's weird.
it's 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
I'm
Yeah.
salivating over steak.
Yeah.
So it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? But having like one of those red things where you're just like don't talk to me, and then when you're
Yeah.
ready, you're like green.
Yeah, like don't
I'm ready. Yeah,
love you,
yeah.
love you, but no.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
You see
Yeah.
the red.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah,
talk.
I can't.
Exactly.
Can't talk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're there, you know, say hi to Melissa.
Yeah, say hi.
There's a lot of people that actually, Chris, who was our first
Yeah,
guest
Chris
on the
Burnett.
third episode.
I
Yeah.
said hi to him
Yes.
after.
Yeah. So many people come by and they're like, "Were you on the podcast?" And he's like, "Yeah, actually, I was."
Yeah.
Kind of
well,
a crazy.
And you really called him out with the white glasses.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that's
Dead
him.
giveaway.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Chris.
White
yeah.
glasses,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Melissa, what should we say about you that points you out for people?
I don't know.
Just kidding. You're like, do I want
red
to be
hair.
called out?
Red
yeah.
hair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
red
red
hair.
hair.
I feel like, you know, you probably get that a lot. But I feel like it's a distinguishing marker.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
is.
know anyone except for my aunts who have red hair.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, come by and say
Yeah.
hi.
So, yeah, Melissa.
Please do.
Don't even order coffee. Just be like, "Hey, Melissa."
Yeah.
Like I'm out.
Like,
yeah.
hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny. But
Cool.
yeah,
All right.
that was
Right.
is that okay?
That's
Is
the
it-
wrap.
Yeah.
I want to hear
Melissa,
the trumpet.
thank you.
Yeah, let's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on, Melissa.
Yeah,
I-
thank you
thanks
for coming.
inviting me.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Totally.
And
Yeah.
as always, like, I feel like, you know, like we just happen to sort of be recording these. Like by the end of these, especially these interview ones, it's just like, oh, I feel like I just had coffee with like 2 friends. You know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah.
With microphones.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for chilling. Thanks for
Yeah.
hanging out.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
it
of
was
course.
great. Great way to
course.
start the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for waking up earlier than you normally do to come be with us.
For you guys,
Yeah.
anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me play the trumpets.
Let's hear it.
Hold up. I gotta turn that up and then. Yeah.
So actually, Melissa wrote this.
I did.
That is- yeah.
I do love this song though. Are you gonna go to Castle now?
Slappy
Yeah,
days.
I'm gonna go work.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick up my
I'm
son
gonna go
and then
try
go
to
to
work.
work. Yeah.
Pretend.
Yeah.
That's funny. Dun, 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 dun.